Alright guys, so first attempt here has failed. It's not getting enough leverage. So I've used, like on my number 1 build, the cantilever plates I made from Tamiya King Hauler front axle little plates that the U-bolts bolt to. And it's just not able to get enough lift. There's too much going on in one small space here. So got an idea. We're going to have to take up a little more of under the hood space. This was all very low and still had about an inch between here and the top of the hood. But now we're going to have to go up, I think. What did I do with that? I've got a bunch of spare King Hauler parts. And I've got to make a new cantilever arm. Maybe. We might try to use these, but we've got to relocate everything. So I'm thinking maybe use these shock mounts. Those may be off a high lift, I don't know. And bringing the pivot point up away from the chassis. And that might work right there. That way we can get the shocks a little more upright. And the main reason I went with this like it is because I use the same holes that I mount the radius arms on for that hold the axle in place. And yeah, it's easy to just put longer bolts in. Yeah, I've got a rod end in the middle, kind of holding it all together, and allows these plenty of movement. But I think, I don't know, that's part of it. We're just kind of engineering as we go. We've got to bring this whole mechanism up, and then I'll probably try with these. We'll have to lengthen our tie rods that connect to the axle. Again, it's kind of a pain. If you saw on that high speed stuff, I took those on and off about 4 times, and it's pretty much complete disassembly of the front end. But I think I'm going to do something like this. I might look around, see if I have anything a little less, didn't have that lip on it. I think I've got some old off a knockoff D90 shock mounts that are flat that we can bolt onto here. We can bring our pivot point up. The shocks will be up about 10 more degrees, and we'll see how that all jives. I am having a little interference with this cantilever arm and the steering, especially when it's aired up. It is touching at a lot of points, and I was noticing that when I was airing it up that I was not getting quite the range of motion out of this side, and you can see this flex. I've loosened that to see if that would help alleviate some of the issues when I was testing it, but it didn't. So yeah, let me show you what we got right now. Where's my controller? Still on. Alright, so we got power. It's got power. So that's all we're getting. We're getting about 5 or 6 millimeters of lift. Not nearly enough. We need about 10. So we're going to compound the movement here with relocating the radius arm, hoping that it'll put more force in the right direction. Also, I can strengthen it because it is right now hard to do anything in there because we're interfering with our steering. Probably should have went with a smaller servo. I could flip it around, move the steering stuff all to the front. That way it wouldn't have been in the way, but I just, I want it to actually turn. But right now we're not lifting up high enough to turn, so that's an issue. I did try to do a little clip with the body on, but it's just not, I don't have the body mounts for the front yet. I figured we would start tackling this first, and then we'll figure out how to put the body on it. But yeah, I even tried with weight. I put the farm truck on the back, and it still didn't really seem to make a difference. So, and at this angle, it does also have some issues in lowering. There's not enough weight. You put enough weight on there to force the air ride to lower. It has too much weight that it can't lift. So we've got to find that happy balance, and I think we're going to find that in the angles of everything up front. So let's get back to high speed, see what we can do. got it. It's limited a little bit in lift because the cantilever plate that I've made is a little short. So the bottom edge of the strut is hitting my brace that cantilever arm is actually attached to. The only way around that, this side is a little bit longer, so I could flip the plates. I don't know if that's going to be enough to actually matter, because I'm weighing the time it's going to take me to take that assembly apart and undo all of the bolts and flip them and put them back to see, versus just making a plate that's just 3 or 4 millimeter longer than what we've got. Changing out the rod ends, now that they're longer, I use the offset head as opposed to the angled ones. We're pushing directly down on the axle. It's exactly what we needed, and the way the offset was on the bottom, it's pulling the arm away from the hubs, so it gives me a little more clearance for the steering, which I do have working now. That Savlock servo does have some cuts in the wires, so it's a little glitchy. That's why it was hanging around, but let's see what we get. That's maxed out right there. So we're setting at about 10 mils of lift. Still got suspension movement. Still got side to side suspension movement. There's no body, no weight, no nothing. So it is a little reluctant to go down. But that won't be an issue at all once we get a rat rod on the back of this thing. It just takes very minimal force to push it down. I think this is going to work. We've got some more adjustability with it, and it still sits way underneath the hood. This is the highest point right here, and that is level with the top of the fender. And the hood is another 3/4 inch tall on top of that. So we've got room for activities under there. We may make a mounting point for our ESC and our receiver and stuff up there. Battery obviously will need to be lower on the chassis just for stability. We don't want to pile all the weight up front, but we do need some weight up front because the back is going to be heavy. So we need to look at making some new arms now. I'm not ready to stop this video. I know it's going to be a little bit long-winded, but we're making progress. I would like to get to do the back today, but I don't know if we're going to get there.